Hello again, our most valued student. My name is Confident. Welcome to the last session of this revision session, and this is for the paper, the Mathematics N1, which was written on the 27th of June. And as I said, firstly, it's available for Prime members, and these are the guys who help sponsor this channel and help us bring in more videos for you. So we have looked at the first video covered question 1, 2 and question 3. The second video covered question 4 and question 5. So it means if you're coming in this channel or in contact with the channel for the first time, you need to subscribe and become part of the community. So subscribe, ensure the notification bell is turned on, all right, so that you can benefit. Now let's look at the last part, and we are wrapping this up. And we're looking at question 6. It says, given triangle ABC being similar, that's a similar sign, to triangle DEF. Some they confuse it with congruency. This is congruency sign. So that is a similar sign. And then AB is 10, AC is 8, DF is 20, and E is 53.3. Says 6.1. says calculate the length of side BC by using the theorem of Pythagoras, BC. So we are here. Let's go to our formulas because they are stating the theorem of Pythagoras, and they will give you that theorem. And there is the theorem of Pythagoras to say c squared, that c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. See that? So when you come here to this question and you want to find that, look at the diagram here. Let me just convert this. Look at this. So A, that A is the A, the smaller a, that C is the smaller c, that B is the smaller b. So if I can use the same way here, I can say this A is the smaller a, that C is the smaller c, that B is the smaller b. But don't be, this can confuse actually. Let's look at this. We are saying when you're using the Pythagoras, the longest side, look at this, the longest side, I think that is much better so that you can confuse. This is the hypotenuse, the longest side, and is equal to the sum of the shorter sides. So let's look at the longest side here. This is our longest side, so which means we can say using the theorem of Pythagoras, a b squared is equal to bc squared plus ac squared. That is much better. So what is ab squared, which is 10 squared, is equal to bc squared plus ac, which is 8 squared. How do I remain with bc? Take 8 to the other side, it will be 10 squared minus 8 squared is equal to bc squared. So 10 squared minus 8 squared, your calculator can actually give you the answer there. It will be, in this case, 10 squared minus 8 squared, it gives me 36. So it will be 36 is equal to bc squared. How to find bc? You square it both sides. Square root of 36 is 6 is equal to bc, but you're talking about meters, so bc is 6 meters. Some they will prefer to do it like this. If they are finding already this side, they will say, since I want this side, they will say my bc squared is equal to a b squared minus ac squared. Still fine. bc squared is 10 squared minus 8 squared, and then there was square root now, which will give us bc as square root of that. The answer will come straight as 6 meters. So that is the part. It's not a problem, it's still correct. So the answer though, what is important is to know that the answer there, let's write that as 6 meters. Alright, so that is how you use the theorem of what? Of Pythagoras for that. The next question is calculate the length of side DE. Let me look at that, DE. Now we can use this similarity. That is an important concept here that they used. You can use that similarity. What can you say? You can say, when you're using similarity, you take, remember they're saying triangle A, B, C is similar to triangle D, E, F. So you can use the similarity to say AB, to start with AB there. This AB, then you say over DE, and then that's what they want us to calculate, is equal to, you can choose any other part, BC over EF, which is equal to AC over, here to be DF. See what I'm saying? AB is DE, AC is DF, and BC is EF. Then you come and look at what's given. You're given AB, which is 10 over DE, which is what we want, is equal to BC, which is 6 over EF. EF, we are not given EF also, which is equal to AC, which is 8 over DF, which is 20. So now that's how you do it. When you've done that, you can see that I'm looking for what? The question is calculate the length of side DE. Then you can take out this part. You see, this one, we can remove it because it's not complete. Then you are left, put it away like that. Do you see what I just did? Then you are left with these two, and then I can actually bring this closer. Of course, you can't do that in your exam, but that's how you do it. You look at the complete pair. Then after that, you do what is called cross multiplication, where the top multiplies the bottom, the top multiplies the bottom. So what you're saying, DE here times 8 is equal to 10 times 20. See what I'm saying? But I want DE. I'm multiplying, I divide by 8 on both sides. We've been doing this much. So we are left with now DE is equal to, your calculator then can be able to give you the final answer, which is 10 times 20 over what? Over 8. It will give us 25 what? Meters. So DE is 25 meters. So you come here and say DE is equal to 25 meters. Okay. Then 6.3 says calculate the magnitude of angle D with reasons. But there were many ways of doing this. There were many ways of doing this DE. Sometimes you can go ahead and use SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. You can use that. Or let me not do that. Let me not say SOHCAHTOA. You can use this. Look at this. I can come in here and use, I'm going ahead of myself, but ratios of angle theta. See this? I can use exactly that, but I need to identify my sides. So I need to ask myself here, what am I given? Remember, DE is my hypotenuse. That's why you need to. This is my hypotenuse, H. And what I need to do, or I can measure this triangle and say it's like this. See this triangle here? It's ABC. So this is C, this is A, this is B. Let's see if it is matching that. Still not matching, but you could have used that. Let's say the hypotenuse is this one, and they wanted the hypotenuse, and you are given that this is the opposite. Are you with me? So here you are going to use I think I just don't want to confuse here. Look at this. In this triangle that I'm given, this is my opposite, this is my adjacent. Why? These angles are adjacent and theta is opposite. This is my op, this is my hyp, this is my adjacent. So now I'm looking for these two that connect hypotenuse and opposite, which means A and C. Which one connects A and C? It's sine theta. You see that? Sine theta. So I could have come here and said sine theta is op over hypotenuse, and then I've got my theta as 53.13. So I'll say sine 53,13 is my opposite was 20 over hypotenuse, which is E or DE. Are you doing that? Then how do I find DE? You multiply by DE here, you also multiply by DE there, so that you've got that. Now you've got DE sine 53,13 is equal to 20. Now you want to remain with DE, divide by sine 53,13. Even here, divide by sine 53,13. When you do that, you are left with your pure DE. Then your calculator can come handy now to say what is it. I'm saying 20 over sine 53,13. See that? Then equal to 25,0003. So 25, you can see, is still matching that 25. There are different ways we could have done it, but that is what it is. Okay, let me not erase the... I think that's the end of this question. Actually, there is nothing much. 7 marks, yeah. Let's leave that. Question 7. The illustration shows a ladder that leans against a tree. Calculate the length of the ladder. And if the angle of elevation from the foot of the ladder to the top of the ladder is 49 degrees and the top of the ladder is 5,283 from the ground level. They've given us the information there. You mustn't complicate it and find yourself stressing. There was the length of this ladder and they have given us the height of the tree. See what's happening? And then they are telling us that that angle is that. Do you see that we have already come up with a what? With a triangle. There is a 90 degrees there. What do you call this? You can match it to this. Let me show you. You can match it to this triangle. So I can call it A, B, C like that, so that I've got my small a here, my small c, and my b. So if I can match it like this, it will become my A here, my B, and my C there. So I've got my small a, my small c, and my small b. So they want the C. Now what are you given? Look at it. You are given your A. So A here is equal to 5,283 meters. And what are you looking for? C is equal to question mark. So you're looking for something that connects A and C. So you come here, you ask yourself, what is connecting A and C? You can see back again, it gives us this cos is BC, no, tan is AB, there is sine. Sine theta is A over C. So you can come here and say, with that, sine theta is equal to A over C. But we know the theta, 49 degrees, so you say sine 49 degrees is equal to A, which is 5,283 over C. Similar to the previous one that I did. What do you do? How do you solve for C? You multiply by C, you multiply by C, so that this can go, make it flat. So it's C times sine 49 is equal to 5,283. Do you see how it's like? How do I remain with C? Divide by sine 49 so that this can go. But what you do on the left, you do on the right, you divide by sine 49. Then you are going to get your C as the final answer now to that part to say 5,283 over sine, where is my sin, over sine 49, saying that equal to 7,00004. So the answer there is 7 what meters. So the question is, they say calculate the length of the ladder. So you can say length of ladder is equal to 7 meters. That's it. And then you get your answer. How many marks? Doesn't match. 3 marks. That's what they needed from there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next one is 7.2. Simplify without a calculator by using special angles. And the special angles are here. Let's look at this. You will have special angles somewhere here. Let's go down. These are the special angles. Okay, do you see this? So we want to simplify using that. So what they are saying is, you are given sine or sin 45. Let me just write this down. They are saying sine 45 times tan 30. So you go to the special angle and identify 45. So we are using this one for 45. Now you ask yourself, if you are using sine, and since you are dealing with sine, what you do is you come here to say what is sine, you link that to that. Are you seeing? So if we are using, remember there is the theta down there, which means this is our 45. See that? That is represents your theta. So sine theta is A, and this, remember, was your A here, and that was your C. So if it's A over C, so it means sine 45 is equal to A is 1 over C is square root of 2. Do you see that? So that's what you're going to write there. To say, you're going to say 1 over square root of 2 times, then you go to tan 30. Again, when you're dealing with the 30, you're focusing on this part. Let me use this one. This is the 31. And we're saying tan theta is A over B, and there is our theta there, to say since we're dealing with 30 as our theta there, so it's A, and this was our A, and this was our B. If you remember from the previous triangle, this one, AB. So tan, there they're telling you tan theta is A over B. Then if theta becomes 30 there, your A is 1, your B is root 3. See that? So that's what you're going to do there. So this will be 1 over root 3. Then you can use this to say 1 over, you can use a calculator at this stage. No one will say or penalize you to say, no one doesn't know what is 1 times square root of 2 times, just to verify that you're not doing anything wrong. See, it's 2 times 3 actually. Okay, now they will find out that you're using a calculator. Sorry about that. Look at this now. It's a matter of saying 1 over 2 times 3, which is square root of 6. You leave it like that. Why am I saying that? Look at this. If you say 1 over square root of 6, look what the calculator does. Things like this, 1 over square root of 3, you must know it becomes root 3 over 3. So the moment you say root 3 over 3, you must know it's 1 over square root of 3. Again, 1 over square root of, let me say 7, it will be root 7 over 7. You must know it's that. So even here, when the calculator gives you root 6 over 6, you must know it's actually 1 over root 6. You must get used to that. Okay. So that was that. Let's look at question 7.3. It says draw the graph of y is equal to sine x for 0 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 360 on graph paper. All values at the point of intersection with the system of axes and turning points where applicable must be shown. So here most probably I will encourage you, when you are drawing this graph, to come use this. It's a simple graph that you can draw. It's the calculator that will assist you. So what you do, you say mod 3, which is table, then you say sin x alpha x, close the, then equal to, where does it start? Say start from 0, equal to, where do you end in 360, say equal to step. I will encourage you to use, let's use 30, because this is a standard graph. Look at it, 0 0 30 0,5. These are the numbers you want. 90 is 1, 150 is 0,5, 180 is that. So I'm just going to keep this, but I'm just going to show you how you can quickly draw this graph. What if we just change this into a graph paper like that? We just change this, still there, but what if I just do it and draw a graph just here? I'll do this. I just want to show you, it's just simple to draw this graph. It's not complicated. So what you do, you have that as your y, you have that as your x. So you'll be having your graph paper, so you can make this as your 30, 60, your 90, your 120. I hope it will fit. And then you can have that as your 150. Okay, I don't think it will fit here. Let's use another scale. So let's use 60 instead. So this will be 30. So which means this will be 60. 60, this is 120. This is 180. And then 210. This is 240, 270, this is 300, 330, this is 360. Yeah, this is gonna be fine. You know, in between there, you have got those readings. So as I said, you take the calculator, and then we start from the beginning. It said 0 is 0, 30 is 0,5. So you're marking now, 0 is 0, 30 was 0,5. Oh, by the way, we need to mark on the other side. So this becomes, if this, let me mark this as 0,5 and that as 1. Doesn't matter. You can mark that 1 as 0,5. Anything is fine. This is negative 0,5. This is negative 1. So we started by 0, 0, 30 was 0,5 is there. And then I got down. 90 is 1. You can see the 90 is 1. I'm going to take that. 90 is 1. 150 is 0,5. So 90, which is here, 90 is 1, which is there. 150, which is here, is 0,5. Then you continue. 180 is 0. 210 is negative 0,5. So 180 is 0. 210 is here, is negative 0,5 is there. You seeing that? And then you just choose the simple one. Don't choose the ones with 0,8666. You can see this one. See, this is a very complicated number. So you want the one that is simplified like this. You know, like this. 270 is minus 1. Leave out that one. And 330 is negative 0,5. So minus 1, negative 0,5 is 330. 270 is minus 1 is here. 270. And 330 is here, is negative 0,5, and 360 possible, it will say 0. There it is. So that's the end, nothing after that. So from here you can draw the graph, and you must be familiar with this sine graph because it's a common graph. You know, you need to have sketched them in your preparation. So there we go. There, that's the graph. And what do you call it? You're going to call it y is equal to sine x. Now let's get all the marks now. They say use I'm supposed to be in case actually up there. They said something. They say all the values of the point of intersection with the system of axes and the turning points where applicable must be shown. Intersection. So already it's showing the intersection. This is a 0, there to say 180, there to say 360. But turning points there, that's what you're going to say. 270 is 0. You need to mark that point. They need to see that point there as coordinates. Again, that is a turning point. You need to show it and say that point is 90. See, x is 90 and then y is 1. Why did I say 0 here? Let me correct this. Is 200 what? Is 270 and is negative 1. Remember, it's this part here and it's this part there. So that is that and that. They emitted 270 and minus 1. So this is how you answer this question. It's not a difficult question, but it was something that you needed just to go through. Alright. Now last but not least, we are wrapping this up. Trust me, it wasn't a difficult paper, but you could have done something to get good marks on this one. First one says Semi is building a 1,500 piece puzzle. He has already completed 5/12 of the puzzle. He has completed. How many pieces of puzzle does he still need to complete? 3 marks. So they are saying 5/12 he has completed. So what you just simply say, you say what is 5/12 that he has completed of what? 1,500, because these are the puzzles that they say he has done. So what is 5/12 of that? To see how many pieces he has completed. So you just say 5/12 times 1,500. These are the pieces he has completed, 625. So it means he has completed 625. Now the question is, how many puzzle pieces does he still need to build? So you just subtract here. It was just 1,500 minus 625 is equal to, so here I'm going to say how many pieces, puzzle pieces is equal to that. Then you just subtract the 2 and then it gives you the answer. It wasn't really complicated. You just say 1,500 minus 625, which is equal to 875. So that was that. It wasn't just a complicated answer, it was something simpler than that. Let's move on. A landscaping company needs your help in planning the layout of a garden. The 3D image below shows the right cone inside a rectangle. The rectangle represents the lawn and the right cone represents the structure that will be filled with gravel. The flowers will be planted along the perimeter of the rectangular grass plot. First part is calculate the perimeter of the rectangular grass plot. Perimeter, guys, when they talk of perimeter, it's distance right around the shape. So it's from here, you go there, you go there, you go there, you go there. That's what perimeter means, distance right around. So you've got 8, you've got 12, here there will be 8, here there will be 12. So you're simply adding, saying perimeter is equal to 8 plus 12 plus 8 plus 12. Or sometimes you say 2, since it's 8 and 8, 2 times 8 plus 2 times 12. Anything, but it's just the distance right around the shape. That's what you need to know. Any formula or whatever you're going to use, there is a formula again. If you check, 2 times 8 plus 2 times 12 is what? 40. So the perimeter there is 40 what? Meters. 2 marks. there is a formula also on the calculate the volume of the right cone. See, things like this, a right cone, these are the keywords, with a height of 4 meters and a radius of 2 meters. So if you look at this right cone, they give you the height, so this is your h and this is your r. So when you come to the formula, you look for the right cone. I think I also did this just to remind you. There is the rectangle perimeter 2l plus b, but when you come to the right cone, we are looking at something like this. This is the formula, and your focus is the one with the radius. This d means diameter, you focus on the radius, which is pi r squared h over 3. So if you use that, pi r squared h over 3 here to say v is equal to pi r squared h over 3. Calculate the volume. So v, see that we are just in a way substituting, guys. So what I have now is my v is pi times, they say the radius is what, is 2 squared times the height is 4. Then I divide by 3. Then, it's a matter of inputting the right place. In the formula, r is 2, they told us the radius is 2 and the height is 4. So that's what you're just doing there. And if we use the formula properly, you have got actually I needed shift there, pi times 2 squared times 4, I don't know why I use h again, divided by 3. And then the answer is, in this case, if I press 16.755 to 3 decimal places, it's 16.755. remember, where there is h here, I'm supposed to put f4. Alright, so now it's meters. Volume, you need to write units, it's cubic meters. I have seen them being lenient to say don't penalize if you write wrong units, but it's important that you know how to do units. Now 8.2.3, the last one, says calculate the area where the grass must be planted. Keep in mind that the base of the cone structure is the area that does not need to be filled with grass. So if you're going to plant something, there is no way you can plant inside there. So you see, you can't plant inside here like that circle. You can't plant there. Why? Because you have built something there already. So what you're going to have is, you're going to have a shape like this. If you're looking at it from the top, you're going to have something like this. And in the center, you're going to have a part that you can't plant, like what we said. The rest of the area is going to be planted. What? You want to make it green with your lawn. This is blue. Let's try that one. So you want to make it green like this. You see how I'm trying to form that. So that's what you want to make, like this. So now if you're going to plant the grass around this, what do we have? They say calculate the area. Now we have got two areas here. 8 and 12 is the length and breadth. So this side is 12 meters. This is 8. Now they also gave us the radius of this part. They told us what was the radius. The radius is 2 meters. That is very crucial information there. So let's start to find the area first of the rectangle. Area of a rectangle is equal to length times breadth, which is equal to 12 times 8. And then if you say 12 times 8, it will give us 12 times 8 is what? 96. So it's 96. Area is in square meters. Then we've got also area of what? Area of the circle, because that is a circle. It's pi r squared. You can check it on the formula to say what's the area of a circle. Let me look at this. Area of a circle, there, pi r squared. That's what we're gonna use. We don't want to use d. I'm gonna use that pi r squared. So here is pi, r is 2 squared, and then which is 2 squared is 4 pi. Now the question is, they said calculate the area where the grass must be planted. To find the area on this, you have to say, remember when you're finding the area of the rectangle, it included everything including the inside of that circle, but you have to subtract now to say area. You say area where grass will be planted is equal to, then it's saying 96, this is meter squared, 96 minus 4 pi. Then it will give you the answer to say what is that 96 minus 4 pi, equal to 83.4336. Shift, setup, fix to 4, 3 decimal place, which is 83,434. 83,434. What? It's meters squared. Are you seeing this? This is how the answer is calculated. And what does it give you? It gives you 11 marks, 4 marks for that. Now guys, look at the total, 100 marks. Not bad. Yes, the question paper was actually, if I look at the overall now, the question paper was not really difficult. It was a fair paper, which I think you could have actually used to your advantage to gain good marks. But as I say, I'm here for you guys. If you're struggling, do not struggle while I'm around. You need to use these sessions for revision as a way to get your mathematics in check. Remember, once you put your good foundation, your N2 is going to be much easier. So use these videos to prepare for your final exams. Remember to subscribe, share the channel, and don't forget, it is very important to become part of our members because you help sponsor this channel. We've come to the end of our lesson. Thank you.